This is the Stratasys F900 flagship FDM machine from SYS, and we're about to find out how and why they make parts for the Airbus A350 on it. Wow, what a machine, Chris.
Yeah, so this is using FDM technology, so fused deposition modelling, and there's customers out there printing thousands of parts on Airbus A350, from electrical housings all the way through to air ducts or even shrouds and armrests like what I've got here in my hand now.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
And you've got a lot of these out there in the marketplace, haven't you? So who is buying these?
So it's anywhere from a small engineering business all the way up to an OEM. You know, it's all about the business case and the return on investment in the parts that you're printing. So the technology offers us the quality to be able to print reliable and repeatable end-use production parts, even obviously to the scrutinies of the aerospace industry.
And that's what you were saying, you know, that technology. So how is it committing? What technology is in here that commits to making those parts of such quality?
It's all the way from the inner workings, from the actual physical components, down to things like moisture control, the way that we move the heads, the way that we control the heat and the air circulation within the chamber, even down to the software. So we're using an MT Connect software which gives us live data feedback on things like tip temperatures, oven temperatures, moisture controls, so customers can use that to understand the equivalency of the parts they're printing to feed back to their customers.
And what are the limitations here on terms of materials?
So we go from anywhere from standard commodity plastics like in our rubber ranges to engineering to all the way through to more exotic hybrid materials like nylon 12 with carbon filled, or even this Ultem 9085 that I've got in my hand, which has FST approvals for the likes of Airbus, Boeing and also defence companies.
And this is a batch machine, you know, batch production. It's not just your one-offs. It can be, but it's also hundreds to thousands of parts at a time.
So that's probably one of the main limitations, unfortunately, in terms of the actual throughput. We can do hundreds in the low thousands. That's where the benefits of aerospace comes in, where it's high value, low volume production, being able to come away from expensive mold tools and being able to print parts on demand. Whether you're taking access to the full build envelope, and this is impressive, we're just shy of a metre cubed here in terms of physical build envelope. So one, it can print large parts, but we can do lots of small parts, all different geometries, where you'd have to scale up by having multiple tools to be able to print them types of parts.
But it's not just for end user components, is it?
No, so not only can we print production end use components, we can print a range of applications. In some way, we could say there actually could be limitless, but from the likes of sheet metal forming, press tooling, press brakes, so we've got customers forming metals on polymer 3D printed tooling, all the way through to automation, rippers, which we know is key from Industry 4.0, and composite tooling, higher temperature tools, masking. I could go on and on and on.
Yeah, you could. I love it. I love it. And MT Connect, I know you briefly covered it, but what's so good about this? Because this is seamless into a machine shop, isn't it? A facility.
Exactly. So, like you say, it allows you to be able to monitor all of the inner workings of the system, live data, and it integrates into your traditional, say, for example, Siemens NX software that you may have running on your shop floor today. So, as a production machine, it sits alongside all your other production machines in that technology.
So what's a typical business case for this machine then?
So we've already talked about aerospace, but in terms of maybe for a smaller engineering company, replacing traditional tooling with parts that are quicker and cheaper to manufacture, but also are more lightweight. So when we think about large composite tools, reducing the weight for the operator, assembly, automation, that's where we're seeing huge returns on investments, and in some cases up to 80% savings on both cost and time.
That's exactly what everyone wants to hear. And this isn't the only model, of course. This is one of the largest ones in the range. So what other models have you got?
Definitely. So as we mentioned, the 900 sits right at the top of the range, but we've got a Forta system and our F123 within our FDM technology. So it'd be great for people to get in touch. We can support them throughout that process of identifying the perfect solution to meet their applications.
And you're willing to prove this with a complementary part as well?
Yeah, definitely. If you've got a project in mind or a bottleneck on the shop floor, we want customers to challenge us with them parts so we can prove the process and the technical capability of this technology.
It doesn't get much better than that. There you have it. Do contact SYS here at the Carfullen Group.